What's up, you guys? So I'm back with another study abroad video. For those of you who don't know, I am on exchange at Erasmus University in the Netherlands. I do go to SFSU in San Francisco. So I'll be here till the end of January. I don't think I've mentioned it, but I have decided to do the semester instead of the year, just for academic reasons, basically. So here are 5 things that I wish someone had told me before moving here. The first one is, at least at San Francisco, they always advertise it as like, yeah, you can study abroad, it's so much cheaper than being in SF, like, you pay the same tuition as you'll pay here, your rent is gonna be so much cheaper, like, living in any other city is so much cheaper. And I mean, rent here is so much cheaper. Like, I have my own room and I share the entire apartment with one other girl and her boyfriend because he like basically lives here. But it's only 2 of us technically for, I think my rent is 485 euros. So it adds up to like 500 something dollars, which is so much cheaper than anything I could ever find in San Francisco. And then other than that, everything else is basically the same price as San Francisco, but then once you do the conversion, it's more expensive. So like a latte is around 430 euros here, so that adds up to almost $6 probably. And then groceries, the most popular and the closest grocery store to me is Albert Heijn. And that has kind of like the reputation of Safeway or Rayleigh's, you know, like the more high-end grocery stores. So everything is fairly, I mean, once you check out, you're like, did I really need all of that? Because the first time that I went there, I spent about 30 euros and I didn't even buy everything that I needed. So I was like, I could have spent $30 at Trader Joe's and got everything that I needed, but okay. But there is a market haul that they do every Tuesday and Saturday, and you can find everything super cheap there. So that's the way I've been doing it recently. But yeah, groceries, clothes, toiletries. Toiletries are so expensive, actually. Like shampoo is about 8 euros here, and I'm like, I mean, I guess, like, I need it, so whatever. Yeah, everything is basically the same price as in San Francisco, if not more expensive, other than rent. So it does add up quickly, and then your travels and having to pay for everything abroad, so it is a lot more expensive than what they make it sound. Number 2, I really wish someone would have told me how hard school is out here. Like, yo, I was struggling. My first quarter was so intense. Like, I've never been so mentally challenged, but at the same time, it wasn't even that the classes were hard. Like, the material was just like any other class, but the way that they grade here is very different, and their standards are so much higher. Like, I was giving them stuff that I know I would have gotten me an A in SF, but here I was getting like a C, and I was like, I don't get it. Like, what more can I give you? And their guidelines are so, I mean, just do the assignment. Like, what? Like, tell me what you want and I'll do it, but okay. And exams are a big thing here. Like, exams are no joke. I honestly failed one of my exams, and when I saw the result, I was like, I was literally on my way to like Barcelona or Vienna, I don't know. I was traveling and like living my best life, and then I saw my result and I was like, well, the deed is done, so there's nothing I can do about that now, is there? But I'm still waiting for my final grade for the class. And I'm a little scared, but I'm already taking another class that will fulfill that requirement, so it's fine. And I'm thriving this quarter. Last quarter, bye. I don't know who she was. I don't want her. Literally the worst quarter of my life. Like, it was so hard, you guys. Like, attendance is mandatory. Assignments are or at least last quarter, it was mostly group assignments. The final for one of my classes was worth 50%. The other one was 60%. And I think the other was also like 40%. And one of my classes luckily did not do a final, but we did weekly quizzes, and that was basically what made up our grade. And then what else? So many group projects, and people just don't cooperate. It was just a hard time, y'all. Like, for real. No one told me it would be like this. Like, I was like, y'all really sent me to Harvard on a community college education? Okay. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's done. Just know that school is so much harder out here. They expect so much more from you. And the Dutch educational system is one of the best ones. So yeah, they live up to that. And I guess Erasmus University is a really good university as well. No one told me that. Maybe I should have done my own research, but ain't nobody got time, you know? Like, you just, I don't know, I just didn't have time, okay? I'm sorry. And it was one of my only options, but it's fine. It's fine, okay. Moving on to the next. Okay, the next one, housing. Housing is actually kind of hard to find out here. Like, it's not as difficult, or at least I've heard that Amsterdam is worse, but it felt just like finding housing in San Francisco, where things were, I mean, for Dutch prices, they were expensive, where they were reaching like high 600s to mid 700s for your own bedroom. And that's pretty expensive for out here. Like, usually people will pay like $550 to $650, something like that. And literally when, I mean, you're trying to find housing in a different country, so you have no idea like where anything is, and you just have to go off of Google Maps and hope that it's close enough to the university. So the way that I was doing that, I went on, they had this Facebook page, and that's where I was looking up housing. The university does offer housing, but it's very limited, so it was open for about 2 weeks and then it filled up. And that, I believe, is like 650 euros. And you get your own room, you have a desk in there, there's a bathroom shared with like 2-3 other girls, I think. Has a kitchen, whatever. It's like a dorm, basically. But you have your own room. And then everyone else, like my friends, I think they all pay closer to 650. We all have our own bedrooms, though. So yeah, it was a struggle trying to find something, and I couldn't find anything on Facebook, and I was getting really desperate. Like, I didn't find housing until maybe 1 or 2 weeks before leaving the States, and even then, I'm subleasing for someone who's on exchange right now, and my lease ends December 23rd, and I don't leave the Netherlands until late January, so I'm gonna be living in an Airbnb for January, which is fine, I guess. And then, yeah, so I thought I had it rough, like trying to find housing and like being all unsure about where I was gonna be and all of that. But then when I got here, there were so many students that still didn't have housing, and I thought that was crazy. Like, there were so many of us staying in hostels. Like, I stayed in a hostel my first week just because the girl that I was subleasing for wasn't leaving until later on. But then, like, orientation was like 2-3 weeks after I got to Rotterdam, and there I was obviously like meeting people and all of that, and this girl was like, yeah, I'm staying at a hostel, he's staying at an Airbnb. Like, there were literally so many students that still did not have housing and had no idea what they were gonna do. One of my friends didn't find housing, I want to say like a month and a half. She didn't find housing until about a month and a half. I'm not sure. I could be exaggerating, but it was at least a month since she had been here, and she still hadn't found anything. And there's some creepers out there, okay? Like, this man messaged me and was like, I'm still waiting for my princess to get here. And I was so confused. Like, I was like, I know he's not talking to me. And I was like, like, what princess? Because the room that was on Facebook, it looked like a little girl's room. So I was like, oh, like, he's waiting for his daughter to come back or something. I don't know. And he was like, you're the princess. You said you would be arriving this week. I was like, oh, did I not let you know that I found something else? I was like, why would you, just why? But anyway, so yeah, it's like hard to find housing. And finally she was able to find something, but it wasn't furnished or anything. So she had to buy all of that. And honestly, people aren't in the best living situations here, but you know, you just gotta make it work. And I'm living my best life with my living situation. Like, it's so good. Oh, I forgot it. Yeah, housing, it's difficult. So I would honestly, like, if you're gonna come here, I would recommend to just pay for the dorms. It's not that expensive, especially if you're coming from San Francisco. Like 650, it'll probably be around $700, and you have your own bedroom. You know, some of you are paying that to share your room, so it's really not that deep. Like, I should have just gotten the dorms, but actually, no, I'm glad I didn't do that because my room is huge. Anyway, on to the next. Oh my gosh. Okay, so number 4, literally trying to get help from someone out here. They're just, okay, they will not reply to your emails. I was talking to one of my professors about this, who is American, and he was like, yeah, most of the times it's because they don't have an answer for you, so they're just like, oh, I'm not gonna answer. I'm like, what? Like, at least tell me you don't have an answer so I can go ask someone else. I don't know. So I had a lot of trouble. I mean, to this day, I don't have my visa. I'm finally gonna go pick it up tomorrow. But like, I've been here, literally my 90 days expire on the 24th. Tomorrow's the 22nd. And that's because literally no one was replying to me about where I should go register for stuff. Like, we're supposed to register at City Hall. I didn't know where to do that. What else? I didn't have classes until about 1 or 2 days before school started because they all interfered with each other and no one was helping me fix it. What else did I have trouble with? Housing, I was trying to figure that out. Oh, eventually the way I found housing was because I was trying to be added to the Erasmus Facebook group, and I had requested to be a part of it like in June, and it wasn't until late July when I emailed the coordinator and was like, yo, like, can you let me in? And she was like, oh, okay, like a week later. And so like everyone had already found roommates at that point. And then I told her like, no, I still don't have housing, and she was able to find this girl who was going to be going on exchange. So anyway, yeah, super slow when it comes to responding. Like, my whole visa thing, I finally figured it out a month after being here. And then 2 weeks later, they emailed me and were like, yeah, this isn't the right email address. You should try this one. I was like, I got it. Thanks. So hard to, like, communicate with them. So difficult. They will not get back to you instantly. And then, okay, the first thing that I noticed when I got here, aside from how clean it is, was that if you go to SFSU, or I don't know how other campuses in California are, but at SFSU, we take mental health awareness very seriously. And Mental Health Awareness Month is a huge thing on campus. If you go there, you have noticed that. And it's easy, well, I wouldn't say it's easy to talk to someone, but there are a lot of resources, and even your professors are willing to listen to you, you know? So here, I mean, obviously, like, we struggle a lot here. Like, I mean, you're far away from your family, like, all your friends. I miss my friends. But, so, like, you're super far away from anyone that you can talk to. Literally at orientation, they were like, yeah, I'm your guidance counselor or your advisor. I don't remember. You can talk to me about anything. Like, just make an appointment and we can make it confidential if you want to. So that makes it sound like I can literally go up to you about any type of personal problem and you will listen to me, okay? So tell me why one of my friends went to see a counselor or psychologist, I don't know, something like that, someone who will listen to you, and she starts like telling her what's wrong, and I guess the person literally stopped her and was like, oh no, I'm sorry, like I can't help you with personal stuff. Like, I'm only here if it has to do with school and if it's something that's affecting your schooling. We were like, Yo, she was so upset. And I would be too. Like, it's like, who else is she supposed to talk to? And it was just so shocking to me because I had mentioned that in the beginning, how like no one really makes a big deal out of mental health here. No one talks about it. There's not posters anywhere. Literally, like, the first week of school, your professors will say, like, if you ever need a mental health day, like, just email me. Like, that's fine. We all need those. No one mentioned that ever here. And, like, I don't know. There were so many days where I was just like, oh, my God. Like, I literally had a panic attack one day at school. And I was like, oh, well, like, I have to suck it up because I can't miss class or else my grade is going to drop. And that was stressful. So, yeah, getting help here, it's not easy. It's not easy, I tell you. Okay, number 5 is to bring a coat. Like, I should have known. So everyone would talk about how cold. No, they wouldn't really say how cold it is. It was more of like, yeah, it rains in the Netherlands all the time, and it's super windy, and everyone's still biking in that harsh weather. And I was like, yo, they wild. And then I got here, and I got here in the summer, so like it wasn't really that cold, but it did rain a few days. And then the closer it got to fall, that's when it started to rain more. And there were some days where it was literally raining all the time. All the time. And so I bought a raincoat. And my roommate was like, yeah, you can probably use that as your winter coat. Y'all, it's so cold out here. It's not even winter, and it's already in the 30s. You wake up, the sun ain't out. The sun is already going down right now. Did the sun come out today? Real question. But yeah, bring a really good coat. I feel like so dumb for telling you this, but because I should have known. But like a really good coat that's gonna keep you warm is so necessary, especially because I mean you're probably gonna be traveling during the holidays if you don't go home or whatever. And it snows out here, so everyone's like, yo, we might get to see snow before we go, and I'm like, I can live without that. So yeah, those are the 5 things I wish someone would have told me before moving to the Netherlands. Overall, I've had a great time out here. Like, I've been thriving this last month, especially since this new quarter started. Like, I only have 2 classes. Last quarter I had 4 classes and 2 tutorials, so I added up to like 6 classes. Literally 2 classes this quarter. Living my best life. And then I just go get coffee or lunch with my friends after our Made in Holland class, which is specifically for exchange students. So it's all the exchange students, and then we just go out together. That's what I thought study abroad was. That's not what it was last quarter, let me tell you. So yeah, hope this helps. And if you guys are thinking of doing your exchange in Erasmus and have any more questions, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I will for sure answer them because I'm trying to help y'all, okay? I was drowning out here. Now I'm thriving, but it's been hard. I'll tell you that for sure. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a nice Thanksgiving. Bye.